Today is July the 23rd. What should I treasure? Let's find out together as we study Jesus' words. Now again, in the Sermon on the Mount, Matthew chapter 16, verses 19 and 20, Jesus says, "Don't store up treasures here on earth where moths can eat them, where rust or corrosion can destroy them, and where thieves break in and steal. Instead, store up treasures in heaven, where moth and rust cannot destroy, and thieves do not break in and steal. Wherever your treasure is, there the desires of your heart will also be." Luke's version of this in Luke chapter 12, verses 33 and 34. Jesus says to a rich young ruler, "Sell your possessions. Give to those in need. This will store up treasure for you in heaven. The purses of heaven never get old or develop holes. Your treasure will be safe. No thief can steal it. No moth can destroy it. Wherever your treasure is, there the desires of your heart will also be." The idea of treasures in heaven is an idea that Jews around Jesus' time were very interested in. I mentioned some of the intertestamental literature. This is not scripture, but writings around the time of Jesus. One of those writings is the Psalms of Solomon. In the 9th Psalm of Solomon, verse 5, the author writes, "The one who does what is right saves up life for himself with the Lord. The one who does what's wrong causes his own life to be destroyed." Then in a different book called Testaments of the 12 Patriarchs, again, between the Testaments, an author put words in the mouths of the 12 patriarchs, the 12 sons of Israel. And in Levi's testament, this is chapter 13, verse 5. Levi the patriarch says to his children, "Therefore, my sons, do righteousness on earth, in order that you might find it in heaven." What we do here affects the life that we have that is coming. Now, it's not just in these passages. In Matthew chapter 19, verse 21, Jesus says to the rich young man that came to him that wanted to follow him, "If you want to be perfect, go and sell all your possessions. Give your money to the poor, then you'll have treasure in heaven. Then come and follow me." Build up treasure in heaven by giving away to the needy. Same book, the book of Matthew, chapter 13, Jesus tells two parables. Verse 44, Matthew 13:44, "The kingdom of heaven is like a treasure that a man discovered hidden in a field. In his excitement, he hid it again, sold everything he owned to get enough money to buy the field. And again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant on the lookout for choice pearls. When he discovered a pearl of great value, he sold everything that he owned and he bought it. And then in Luke chapter 12, another parable. Starting in verse 16, Jesus told them a story. A rich man had a fertile farm that produced fine crops. He said to himself, "What should I do? I don't have room for all my crops." And he said, "I know. I'll tear down my barns and I'll build bigger ones. Then I'll have enough room to store all my wheat and my other goods. And I'll sit back and I'll say to myself, friend, you have enough stored away for years to come. Now take it easy. Eat, drink, and be merry." God said to him, "You fool, you'll die this very night. Who'll get everything that you worked for?" Yes, a person is a fool to store up earthly wealth, but not have a rich relationship with God. So in all of these passages, what Jesus is saying is that whatever we treasure in life is where we tend to deposit our heart. Our heart, in Jewish thought, is the place where man decides what his future will be. We see heart as the seat of emotions. They saw the heart as the seat of thought. That is where man decides what his future will be. So wherever a man puts his heart, that's what he decides to seek. If his heart is on wealth, that's what he does. He seeks wealth. But if his heart is on God, he will seek God. David was called a man whose heart sought after God. What should we treasure? We should treasure God, our relationship with God. Because if we put our heart on God, we'll find a relationship with him. If we put our heart on wealth, we may have wealth, but that's all we'll have. Where is your heart today? Like, follow, and subscribe in whatever platform you used to listen to this devotional. Email your questions to us at questions@becomehope.com. We'll see you on Sunday when we talk about treasuring our service to our community. See you on Sunday.